No, I don't, you know what I mean? Because that's what I'm trying to tell Jamaica people. I'm an artist, I'm an entertainer. I get paid to entertain. I'm not a religious leader and I'm not a political leader, you know what I mean? So I shouldn't be held responsible for growing a child. Responsibility should be held with the parents or adults around the parents, meaning teachers at school, meaning the same driver with themselves, the loud music. You know what I mean? Artists are just entertainers and I put out adult content. What I do is for adults, you know what I mean? However, the censorship of my music shouldn't be directly from Vibes Cartel saying that, oh, you can't do a song that with curse words. Censorship should come from where the song goes in terms of it can reach in your house, that a little 5-year-old can hear it. You know what I mean? So we don't have any social responsibility as far as I'm concerned with my music. You know what I mean? Straight up.
All right, so what do you have to say to parents, for example, if a parent saw you on the road and say, you know, I hate you, what would your response be to that parent with them thinking or saying to themselves that, you corrupt them picnic?
No, well, I would have to look in, I wouldn't even answer, I wouldn't even, you know what I mean, dignify that response with an answer because I have kids of my own, you know what I mean, and I'm sure I'm growing my kids in the right and proper way, you know what I mean, they attend good school.
Your kids listen to your music?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
So, Ramping Shop, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, how old, I mean, is your youngest?
6 and 4.
6 and 4. So if you hear your youngest, you know, singing the content or Ramping Shop, you wouldn't be offended at all?
I never heard him singing it, you know, but the greatest thing about it, I never heard a teacher at school saying he sang it either. You know what I mean? When I get reports from the school about my children, always good reports. You know what I mean? So it's all about how you grow your child. You know what I mean? Because the world is around us and what we do is an expression of the world. So if the word, the D word wasn't actually being used.
I think we can say daggering.
Okay, we can say daggering.
Yeah, we can sing about daggering.
Sure?
But I think we can say daggering, yes.
All right. Daggering, no. If it wasn't invented in Jamaica, or a gun wasn't invented, we as artists couldn't sing about a gun. You know what I mean? And a real visual artist couldn't paint a gun. So art is a reflection of life. So anything that is happening in the society, artists are the ones who mirror what is happening.
All right, so my thing to you, because I know you read a lot. I mean, I talk to Adija now, you understand? Yeah, highly intelligent. Yeah, I did daddy, right? You don't really think you have much of a responsibility, or artists on a whole are mirroring what society has produced. First, I want to ask you, what exactly has society produced? And then second of all, I want to say, you can do it in a way, for example, Bob Marley sang about what was happening in his community and what he saw. Bob Marley was mirroring, you understand, what was happening in his surroundings at the time. But he never came across as hardcore and as almost like borderlining what some people would say demonic as what is happening nowadays. So, number one, what is the issue, the social issue? And why does it sound so aggressive and hardcore where everybody are shaking at themselves?
Because the nation likes songs like those. So if the nation didn't like the songs, obviously it wouldn't become a hit. You know what I mean? So if somebody in higher authority as an intelligent person should not be looking at what the artists are saying, but look at why the artists are saying it. Because if somebody in our community, the general consensus of gangsters in communities, I'm going to say informer for dead. We as artists, we hear that in the streets every day, so we just build a song say informer for dead. You know what I mean? That's why I try to tell you, say, art is just a reflection of life. A man say, you, me I go shoot you, we build a song about it. We see a girl a whine, we build a song about it. If she wasn't whining, we couldn't build a song.
So
if you never had a violent society, the music couldn't be violent.
So it's just completely entertainment.
That is what we get paid to do, entertain.
So then what happened to the youths on the corner?
It would be like what it does Arnold Schwarzenegger or Billy the Kid hold a social responsibility, because they would have to hold a heavier social responsibility for the Jamaicans' social state right now, because we all grew up watching Rambo and Commando and Cabra and Schwarzenegger, who incidentally is now the governor of America, of a state in America. Okay. So where does the social responsibility for Hollywood?
All right, but then, let me try see if we can get an example, right? Your community where you come from, right?
Waterford.
Waterford, there you go. And you could probably have enough youths around you. You understand, from them days away, see what you're doing, you know, decide that